a client member who holds our artificial intelligence technology to invest in sports betting with 1,000 euros of capital, who has been following us since 2020 by playing on 5 of our best algorithms, has seen his capital multiplied by 5 in 3 years. Hello and welcome to this new video. I am delighted to see you in this context of the new year. This is also an opportunity for me to wish you the best, good health of course, and lots of winnings in your sports bets. Indeed, the start of the year is always centered around news and positive intentions for us, with a significant surprise in store for you and, most importantly, a strong desire to increase your capital. You will have the opportunity to witness it today, an exclusive video. I have never created such a video on my YouTube channel simply because I conceived the idea during the winter break when the ATP WTA season in particular comes to a halt in December and there are no tournaments taking place. I assessed the situation and pondered whether any member had derived any advantages from our premium service. Specifically, I considered if they had purchased 5 of our top algorithms since 2020, which marked the official introduction of our sports betting VBT 2.0 technology. Assuming they started with a capital of 1,000 euros, I contemplated how much they would have earned on a daily basis, on average. We will switch without any further delay to the Excel file. I will explain to you in a concrete manner how this works. You have in front of you the historical record of the Excel file containing the list and compilation of all the predictions that have been played by our advanced artificial intelligence system. I remind you that these are basically just values. What does this mean concretely? Although our AI has detected interesting odds that have been poorly adjusted compared to the bookmaker, we can position ourselves as soon as the odds open, especially on Pinnacle, and therefore we take the values, i.e., when our odds estimator has evaluated that the odds have been poorly adjusted and therefore it is lower than the one given by the bookmakers. If we compile 5 of our top performing algorithms that are currently running live since 2020 and whose results you will see later as well, I will show you the data since the recovery and you will see that it is quite exceptional. We have nearly more than 5,000 predictions, which is a substantial amount of data, so there are exactly 50/80. The significant advantage is that when you add up this number of predictions, I would like to remind you that it's over 3 seasons, 3 full seasons and a half season. It's quite appreciable because it's an average of almost 1,500 predictions per year, so approximately 150 predictions every month. This allows us to mitigate the impact of variance since it tends to even out when we have a large volume of predictions. Therefore, it's quite advantageous as it helps to smooth out the curve. However, it's important to be cautious. Sports betting, just like investing in the stock market or crypto, remains risky. And even if the trend is leaning towards winning, you can clearly observe that there are indeed periods where you already have to endure losses, and also you have to be patient before returning to a state of balance and regaining stability. However, in the long run, what is truly remarkable is that you have the ability to multiply the capital by a factor of 5 in only 3 years. I don't know if you are aware of the immense power of this artificial intelligence. Often the graph, it jumps out, but it doesn't clearly state how much you would have earned on average per day in a concrete manner. And that is why I wanted to perform this simulation task for you. Here, you can observe it with an initial bankroll of 1,000 euros, which is a capital that is accessible to the majority of you. You would have thus gained 41 to 37.75 euros, more than 4,000 euros of net gain after tax, 7.75 euros, so more than 4,000 euros of net income. The daily profit is 3.22 euros, which is equivalent to earning 100 euros per month. What is the practical significance of this? You are becoming a member of our AI service to invest in savings related to sports. That you play, of course, all the recommendations of these 5 algorithms. I will let you do the calculation on your side if you have 2,000 euros, 3,000 euros or 5,000 euros. It is a bankroll that most of our members hold. Well, you multiply these earnings by 5, which still amounts to approximately 500 euros additional in your pocket every month, which is not insignificant. How does it work in practice? We will go and log into my member area and you will see the results of these 5 LGO since the start of the season, since the resumption of the ATPWT circuit. During this instance, when you log into the website, you find yourself in my personal dashboard area. I am only able to hear clients and I fully engage with you. You navigate to the manager section where you can access our artificial intelligence on our engines. We will examine the different algorithm profiles. We will commence with an algorithm that is quite cautious, employing a fixed bet strategy. You will have the opportunity to observe the results. What have they given or provided since the year 2020? Since 2020, you see, these are therefore 1000 predictions. It is a return on investment on this algorithm of 2.97 with an average rating of 1.66. So 1000 predictions on an average odds of 1.66, we are really in a cautious profile. Look, you possess the drawdown, which signifies the maximum loss on this engine that you have to bear is less than 14% in magnitude and extent. It is something that corresponds to psychological profiles that do not want to take a lot of risks with an average odds that is low, so we limit the variance. That is to say, we limit the variations and roller coasters, and you therefore have a relatively stable profitability, and we play this time with a fixed bet. That is to say, 10 euros per forecast, 5% growth in 2020, 7 in 2021, 10 in 2022, 10 in 2023. Since the live broadcast, we have been at the break-even point. You see, the few predictions that have been made since the start and the restart of the season. When we go for a profit, therefore more investors, where do we look for a more balanced average around 2? We will go and see the results. This time you have an average score of approximately 2. That is what I was telling you. Underdog, who obviously starts to be a little more important. And this time you have 18% in 2020, 26% in 2021, 8% in 2022, and last year 16%. A profile now slightly more aggressive with the better profile. You see it there since the restart. We are at 507. So this is live, meaning that 11 predictions have been sent to all our members who have access to the technology and can invest. On this type of algorithmic profile, you can see that in 11 predictions, we have already experienced a capital evolution of more than 5%. Our live results date back to 2020 with exceptional years at over 42%, over 50%, 14%, and also 14% last year. So it is important for you to understand that we have this capability, specifically artificial intelligence, to invest in ATP, WTA, but also in secondary circuits like the Challenger. Algorithms profit I'm showing, you've seen since start, so we're already at 4.34% in 12 forecasts. But live since 2020, also examine the results, which are quite extraordinary. You have a 4% rate in 2020, a 24% rate in 2021. We are nearly at a 30% rate in 2022, and last year was an excellent year at 40%. All these algorithms, with their different cumulative profiles, provide you with a multitude of predictions. I informed you, it aids in combating variance, it helps to make your results a little more consistent. And the profitability is exceptional. When calculating the return on investment, we have an ROI of 6.3. I told you, it's exceptional. Some algorithms we play with a fixed bet, others we use variable stakes. It ranges from 0.5% of your initial capital up to a maximum of 3% per forecast. You possess all the information provided beneath this video. Simply click on the link provided. Specifically, you'll have the chance to follow the same algorithms I've shown you. Keep in mind, with a mere 1000 euros of starting capital, you're already making 100 euros every single month. Don't wait any longer. Join the VBT 2.0 community. It's the revolution of artificial intelligence in sports betting.